I didn't.
You should have said him.
No, I mean. Oh, my God, I get it, I get it.
That was good.
Drum roll. Yeah, just follow what he said.
Cheers.
The time is 7 o'clock. I call the order of the City of Lake Station Common Council agenda, May 14th, 7 o'clock. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Amy, please.
Member Williams. Here. President Long.
Yes.
Member Sanders.
Here.
Member Castile.
Here.
Member Pedrosa.
Here.
Member Pratt.
Here.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from April 9th, 2026 and April 23rd, 2026?
Mr. Chairman, I motion to approve the minutes for April 9th, 2026 and April 23rd, 2026.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Member Williams.
Aye.
Member President Long.
Aye.
Member Sanders.
Aye.
Member Castile.
Aye.
Member Pedrosa.
Abstain.
Member Krebs.
Abstain.
I'd like to now present, the fire department has a special presentation. Chief Ezekias.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Council, thank you for your time. I know it's gonna be busy tonight. Citizens, I'd like to call up my graduating members. Andrew, bring your class up. We'll kind of stand back here. We don't have a whole lot of room. Up front here. If you brought somebody to pin your badge on, bring them up at this time. If you're pinning somebody's badge on. That's all introductions. So, council, mayor, citizens, I want to introduce you to, what we were here. For 12. And 10, few of them couldn't make it tonight. They have the other, engagements tonight. These are 10 newest firefighters to Lake Station Fire Department. They endured 6 months of training between in-house at the fire station and out in Belleville at the MAC. This is a very excruciating training. They can all attest to that. And we started out with how many? We started with 40 on the roster. 40 on the roster. We finished up with 11. So it's something that is isn't for everybody, you know. So we try to keep as many as we can get when we get them on. And this is what we got out of this group, and we're happy to have them. But the time. Starting.
Turn around. Oh. You leave it.
First, we have firefighter Davis.
Stick 'em.
I guess that's something we gotta teach.
Kylie. That's a sister. Yes. She went to Edison. I know.
Firefighter Bunner,
Ooh.
These are all purposes.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
next we have firefighter EMT Ivanyo. Well, he's scared to get pinned. Next we have firefighter Shepherd.
Left chest.
Firefighter Najera. Firefighter Brannick. Firefighter Walker.
Walker.
Last but not least, firefighter paramedic. Food positive.
I also want to call up, John Wallman, worry about guns. And, Andrew Monahan. Tonight, we're promoting, Johnny Llewellyn from firefighter to lieutenant. And, Andrew Monahan is being promoted from, lieutenant to, captain tonight. Well, I'm sorry. Real tight here, I apologize.
My feet stick out.
So on behalf of the City Lake Station guys, class of 2026-1, 2026-2 starts at the end of July. Congratulations, welcome aboard and get ready. Mayor, council, member, thank you again for taking time out, but let's do this here, we appreciate it.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we just wait till the.
Good.
Yeah. We join.
Next, petitions. Going once. Petitions going twice. Petitions closed. Remonstrances. Going once. Going twice. Remonstrances closed. Public statements. Going once. Step forward.
Yeah, you're first.
Hopefully.
Name and address, please.
My name is Mark Van Sleet. I live at 3424 Parkside Avenue, Lake Station. This is my first time, so I may need you guys to kind of guide me along a little bit. Hoping that I'm ready here. I'm not a public speaker, obviously. For the most part, I try to just mind my business. I try to help my neighbors when I can. I try to raise my family. We have a beautiful garden in the front yard. We work hours on that. I've lived in Lake Station for 13 years. When we first moved here, my yard was basically a sand pit with a stump in the front. And through hard work and dedication, me and my wife have turned that into a flourishing garden. I don't want to say that's what brought the attention from code enforcement, but code enforcement came, made a lot of erroneous claims about my property, exaggerated things, and some things were just blatant lies. When I tried to get in contact with the mayor, it was a difficult process. I've had issues years prior, was never able to get a hold of you, sir. I will give it to you. You came to my home and we had a very long dialogue. I don't know how productive on either end it was, but I do appreciate you coming up. I do want to say that. So, what I'm asking now is one of the things that made my garden so successful was the addition to ducks. By using ducks in pond water, we've been able to not double, if not triple our harvest. We've been able to use less rainwater. Everything just, it seems to come together with ducks. Ducks are also useful at getting rid of mosquitoes. They eat at least 10,000. Each duck can eat about 10,000 mosquito larvae a day. I think that would be beneficial for a community in itself. So that being addressed, the one other thing I think that brought us here is a lot of people in the community seem to feel like it's very difficult to be heard in the community, to affect change in community, and actually be able to come together as a community. And I guess that's why I'm standing here is I'm asking for us to come together as a community to get to a point to where a lot of my neighbors and myself don't feel like we're working against the city. It feels like we're working with the city, and more so that the city's working for us, not that we're working just to pay for the city's bills. There's a lot of things that can be talked about with that. We can't do that in 3 minutes. I just hope to open this dialogue. One of the ways that I find is very effective, I've witnessed through Portage is in particular, their mayor is on Facebook and he does communicate with the community. it very rapidly. If you post in the morning, you probably have an answer by that night. And I understand that people have schedules, they have things to do, but you know, this community, there's a lot of people other than me that have a lot of things to say. And we have to figure out a way to open up that dialogue more than just twice a month.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask questions? We have regularly scheduled council meetings here on the second and fourth Tuesday
Yes.
at 7 PM every month. Sometimes it's canceled. The clerk treasurer's office puts the agenda out on Tuesday in the front hall. You can call any of your council people, which now you know who we are.
No, I do.
And there's things, when you register to vote, it tells you where you're at in precincts. You have precinct people, and then you can look at your ballot to see who's on your ballot. Even if the person you voted for doesn't get elected, somebody does, and they are your representative. And those are avenues to be able to speak to the mayor when he might be in a meeting. We are branches of the tree, you know. He can't be expected to be everywhere. And we are not expected to be on social media. When we're elected, we're expected to be here for you and available for all of your concerns. Whether we're in agreement, you can still talk about whatever you want. We do make ordinances. That's what the council does. When we read ordinances, we put them out there for the public to come and say their piece on it. And we don't pass them in one meeting. It's usually more than one meeting, like 2. So you have time to ask your constituents how they feel. We did pass a chicken ordinance in 2020, allowing residents to have 5 chickens based on the fact the building department allows you to do so on the parcel of your land away from neighbors. And you also have to register that every year here. And not one person in the city of Lake Station has done that this year. That can lead to problems. We're allowing that, and it has to be oversight. So we do not allow roosters. We do not allow swine, pigs. We found 3 pigs in the city already. We don't allow that. Those are not pets. This is not a farm. Ducks are wildlife. DNR is protecting ducks. We don't allow ducks. We don't allow waterfowl. So based on your neighbors, and you can come back with it, your neighbors or someone must have complained. It's not like we targeted your address personally. We need to make sure that we're not inviting mice and other animals around. And raccoons are the #1 predator for ducks. And they are tearing into people's homes, whether you're aware or not. We have a problem with cats here in Lake Station right now. You know, we need to do I think it's TNR, where you pick them up, neuter them, and return them. There's a huge problem with that here. Many residents are complaining about it. So we're not, at this point, gonna allow ducks, as far as I know. I would be upset myself if somebody didn't pick up their dog poop, is what I would say, and I had to breathe it in my lawn after paying our taxes around here. So I understand people need eggs and things like that. There are chickens around here. There are plenty. But not one person this whole year has registered yet, and it's May. I know people have dogs and cats. Those are supposed to be registered. Only 36 people in the city of Lake Station has registered. That's sad. It's May. We have rules for reasons. We create these laws to be followed. You're supposed to have insurance on your animal so that if it gets out and bites a child, you know, they can be taken care of. So there's reasons why we have these ordinances. The mayor doesn't create the ordinances, we do, and we listen to what people have to say. Normally, this room is very empty. That man and a few others are the only ones in the room normally. And we do care what you have to say. You can only bring about change when somebody comes up with something. We're here, we're willing to listen. We are usually the ones that you see at every volunteer or community organization raising money. This young man can attest to how much I've raised for Lake Station. My kids all graduated from there. Not that I help out Route Forest as well, or Hobart students. But it does get, you know, where it's daunting on people picking up the garbage, making sure people mow their grasses. The property owners that are renting to people, they're supposed to register those rentals. They're not maintaining them. Causes a big problem. If we have to come out and mow those lawns, because we did as a council, it was 12 inches. We lowered it to 9. The reason being is by the time we put a letter on the door and give them 10 to 30 days to mow, it's too high for us to go back and mow. You need a bigger lawnmower, you know? You're talking about big bucks. Then we incorporated Hobart's ordinances, which you don't have to put a letter out every 30 days. Once you do it one time over summer, we don't have to give you another letter because you should be maintaining that lawn. We can come back out and mow right after that and put a lien on the property. That's the law. Because we live in a city, not a farmland or whatever else. Because people, that's the way they created these laws before you and I were even born. And you can say something back to me. I'm not harmful. This is just the way it is.
I'm waiting for my time.
Go right ahead.
Some of the, I don't disagree that in a town, we need to come together.
We're in a city, a class 3 city.
A town, a city, ma'am. In the city of Chicago, if I lived in Chicago, I could have as many waterfowl you
But-
can look at.
But we don't live in Chicago. We live here in Lake
But
Station.
your reasoning for why we can't, it kind of is hypocritical, especially we're talking as in the mice, but then we're also talking about cats. And might I say, that's not my cat. I'm not.
I don't know whose cat it
I'm
is. I
not a
don't know about a
person
cat.
to chase animals. So the cat found a home on my porch when the code was there. You know, that's one of those things.
I wasn't even pointing you
But
out.
if we're talking about, there's a rodent problem and also pointing out.
Your neighbors talked about a rodent problem, not my
I
neighbors.
don't have a rodent problem, so I don't know what's. their
They are
issue.
concerned and they were concerned with the
You know, if it's
vegetation,
something-
not your garden itself. It was the vegetation and it was the still water in your backyard. And there are, I mean, maybe it was red, wrong, but
There-
it says rank vegetation.
There was no stagnant water in my backyard.
You just said pond was in your backyard. earlier.
How does that equate to stagnant?
Well, it's, you have water flowing through it?
Filtered.
Okay, and that's what you use on your garden. It's fine, but we're saying that you're not allowed to have ducks.
What I'm saying is that this is exactly, actually what I'm talking about is the people in the neighborhood, while they may not be able to show up here, because a lot of us, I'm sure you know that the average income in Lake Station is 30,000. A lot of people are struggling to make ends meet. We can't just afford to call off work because they want to come to town hall.
This
lot
is a
of-
council meeting. Just start using the right word. It's not a town. New Chicago's a town. This is a city. This is a regularly scheduled council meeting. Just because, this is not a special meeting just because you had a write-up. This is a
No.
meeting that was scheduled to the paper. That's a normally
Yes.
regular thing for anybody to come attend.
What, ma'am, and maybe this is
Mr. Mayor, I'm
where.
gonna object just to the amount of time that has.
Going on during.
It's time.
If I could just say one thing and then I will leave it. With all due respect, the interaction that we're having is kind of the wall that the people in Lake Station are coming up against. And it's what stifles them from coming and doing what I'm doing, because even though I've said what I've said, you've come back at me and basically, from my perspective, has said, well, we make the rules and if you guys don't like it, you don't show up, you just gotta deal with it. And when you're talking about you make rules and nobody's following them, then that kind of says to me that the people in the community don't agree with those rules and we need a better avenue to get to where the people in the community feel heard and we're basing it off of science and not just feelings.
No, people are
Mr. Mayor, I'm
elected
going to
and
object again.
people make
for-
decisions for you. You didn't vote for that person maybe, but those are the people that are your public, that have your back
I-
to help you. And you need to find out who they are. They can help you. 3 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. Any other further public statements? Name and address, please.
Nancy Wilson, 2810 Floyd Street. I wasn't planning on doing this, I came for just the pinning, but I needed to come here. Because I have a tree that's on the, I don't know if it's the right word, the eaves or, it's not my property, it's Lake Station property. It is coming out of the ground. You can see it's already messed up the sidewalk. It's kind of like there's a crack in the ground where I'm afraid a next big storm is gonna fall over.
I'm sorry, what was your address again?
2810 Floyd Street. It happened on that day that we had the horrible storm and Everett's power went out. I came to the police station because I didn't know what to do. I was trying to find somebody to help me. I even went to the fire department. They pretty much told me that it's, my responsibility, to remove the tree. I did call someone for an estimate. It's $2,000. I cannot afford that. And, I work 2 jobs, like, there's no way I can do that. So it's like, it's either it falls. And that's what the police told me too. If I felt like it was gonna fall on my house to sleep in a different part of my house. So I just want help. I cannot afford it, and I just want help to where my family's safe from a storm.
I will I wrote that down. Tomorrow morning, my superintendent and I will drive over there and evaluate the situation to see where the tree actually is. And, go off of our ordinances, but safety is our number one concern. And we know we don't want anybody not to be safe. So we will check that, and, I'll get with you after the meeting, you get your phone number, and we'll go from there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public statements closed. Unfinished business. Ordinance 2026-7. PC 2026-2, Favola Homes, California. Zone change R2 to R3. Favorable recommendation, second reading.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilwoman,
I motion to approve ordinance 2026-07. PC 2026-02. Favela Homes, California, zone change R2 to R3. Favorable recommendation, second reading by title only.
Second.
second. Any discussion?
I think they do great work in our city.
Roll call, Amy, please.
Member Williams.
Aye.
President Long.
Yes.
Member Sanders.
Aye.
Member Castile.
Aye.
Member Pedrosa.
Aye.
Member Krebs.
Aye.
Ordinance 2026-07 passes. Council comments. Councilwoman Williams.
Thank you everyone for coming out. Congratulations. Happy to see fire department thriving. It's fantastic. I'm sure they enjoy it also to have the extra help. Nice to see a crowd tonight. Hope everybody has a good night.
Councilman Long.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I don't know where to start. The public statements on our agenda. Anyone is allowed to come up and speak under public statements. In our city ordinance book, it's that you get 3 minutes to state your case. It typically isn't a back and forth like tonight. It shouldn't be that way. We can all talk after the meeting, but to keep the meeting moving along, like the attorney said, it shouldn't be a back and forth. Sometimes in the past, those back and forths can turn ugly, and they shouldn't. And because you come up and make a public statement under council comments, somebody can respond if they feel the need. Just for the record, that's the way it typically works. It's not a back and forth like you witnessed tonight. We're very understanding as a council. Some of our ordinance, as Ms. Castillo has mentioned, they're old. She said before some of us were born, she's not talking about me, of course, she's talking about herself. Being a young woman and not an old man like me, but a lot of the ordinances in our ordinance book, you're correct. They're not followed. They're not enforced. Off the top of my head, I could just grab out of the air 10 ordinances right now where there's violations that aren't being enforced. And when I see something on Facebook where the mayor is going back and forth with a resident, I understand that there's ordinances that we're supposed to follow. If everybody just picks and choose the ordinances that they followed and they didn't want to comply with, what would we have here as a city? We can't enforce everything, of course. Sometimes we react to people's calls. If people call and raise enough heck, somebody's going to come and take a look at the issue. And that's pretty much the way it's been since the beginning of time. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, so to speak. But keep coming out to meetings. And if you have issues, you need to address those. with your council persons. I'm Rick Long. I'm a councilman on the west end of town in the 5th district. This is Kelly Williams. She's the 3rd district councilwoman, kind of in the middle of town. This is Miss Rebecca Sanders. She's an at-large councilman, meaning that you have an issue on any side of town and you can't get a hold of me or Miss Kelly or Erica, call her. Or you can call Miss Castillo. She's the councilwoman for District 4. On the other side is Jason Pedroza. He's an at-large councilman. We have 2 at-large. In the event that your council person's out of town, incapacitated, working doubles, you need somebody to talk to, call one of the at-large. Beyond there is Miss Krebs, Lisa Krebs. She happens to be your council person at the high school. You vote at the high school, that's the 2nd district. So that's where that's your councilwoman. And of course the mayor, but everybody that has an issue in the city really doesn't have to go to the mayor or track the mayor down. Sometimes it works a little bit better if you reach out to your council person and, kind of go over some stuff. I can bring my ordinance book to anyone's house and show them what the book says. I may not agree with all of them. I may agree with you as opposed to the book because there's so many of them that we don't enforce. Some of them probably need to be changed. Our ordinances are not much different than any other 3rd class, 2nd class city in Northwest Indiana. I can assure you that. We pick up ordinances, ideas for ordinances to put in our ordinance book from other communities. That things that have worked well or things that were a problem that they needed an ordinance passed. We've taken some of those ideas and turned them into ordinances. We haven't passed a lot of ordinances, as far as, picking at what you can own, what you can have in your yard, so on and so forth. If you have a pool, you're supposed to have a fence around it to keep some neighbor kid from drowning in it when you're at work and they think they want to go for a swim. Like Miss Erica said, register your animals. Come to the city. If your dog's neutered, I think it's $5 a year. You have to show proof of homeowner's insurance. Any one of you that have an animal that can get out of the fence, get off the leash and go up. And like Erica said, Miss Castillo said, you're responsible for what happens when that dog leaves your yard and wreaks havoc in the neighborhood. So any of you that want to sit down for a cup of coffee, call your council person. We're on the city website. Phone numbers are there. Emails are there. I post things, occasionally. For an old guy, I'm really not that good at Facebook, but I occasionally will make a post. So you can find me on Facebook on several different Lake Station pages, as you can pretty much anybody up here. We are not the Gestapo. We aren't. We try to do right by the residents of our community, and the mayor does too. Sometimes, if you come off a little aggressive, you may not get the response that you expected. Not saying that this incident recently was that. I watched it. It seemed to be like a conversation back and forth. Seemed pretty tame to me. I've seen much worse that the law was called and so on and so forth. So we never want that to happen. If you're not getting a ticket when codes comes to your homes and posts a notice, it's just wanting you to comply with the city ordinance. If you have concerns or questions, you don't agree with it, you could state your case. You could come to the city and state your case. Call your councilwoman or councilman. I'll come with you to try to talk to whoever you need to address. I don't have any problem doing that. And that's really what our job is. And that's what Councilwoman Castillo was trying to make. Some people don't want to waste their time with a lowly councilman because we have no executive authority. We're legislators, like Erica said. We pass ordinances, we approve budgets. We are not the boss in the city, but we can ask the boss if they will address issues. I reach out to chief of staff. I reach out to the police chief, fire chief, street department people, I reach out to them, they respond. They take care of things in a fairly quick manner. So keep that in mind, you know. I've been kind of watching what's going on across Ridge Road in Hobart with their high school gym full of people raising heck about the data center. You could have other problems. But everybody has a time to come to the podium and say what's on their mind, and under council comments, we can respond, or after the meeting. Any one of us would be happy to have a conversation with you, give you a phone number, email if you don't have it. I could go on and on. I want to congratulate the firefighters and congratulate little Llewellyn guy over there. I fought fires with his dad for almost 20 years, and it's taken right after his dad. So all of you guys, congratulations, hang in there. Be careful. It's the main thing. Just be careful. Don't try to be a hero. And I can tell you some stories that you've probably heard from some of the old guys. Chuck's not an old guy. He ain't been around that long. But he's a good guy. He's keeping an eye on you guys. He talks highly of all of you. And I can imagine that academy was, you know, wearing you down. So it's good for you to learn the right way. Okay? Then hang in there, because Lord knows the fire department has been shorthanded for quite a while. Hopefully one day, when we hit the lotto as a city, we'll get a fire station on the other end of town. We own the property. I'd like to see us start putting some kind of a plan, maybe for the near future, to do something with that. But so you can have a room to walk around in the fire station. I know it's pretty crowded in there. But thanks for coming out tonight, and then congratulations to all of you. That's all I got. Thank you.
Sanders?
Hard act to follow. I'd like to say thank you for everyone for coming out. Congratulations to all the firefighters. We definitely appreciate you. I love that you guys were brought here. And that this was done in front of us, and that we can see you and, you know, get to start to know you. So congratulations once again. As President Long said, like, you know, please feel free to reach out to us. I know a couple people in the audience that have my phone number. Share away. I know the links for me are not quite up to date. If you dig a little bit, you'll find a broken link or two under my name, but you know, my phone number hasn't been the same since I've been coaching and volunteering. So you know, share away. And I have business cards if you're so inclined. We do have a couple of events going on this month in the city that I'd like to mention. The first one is happening this Saturday. It's the mother-daughter tea, and that is Saturday, May 16th, starting at 2 p.m. and that's here at City Hall. It's $12 a ticket for 18 and over, and $8 for anyone that's under 18. And then at the end of the month, we have our Touch a Truck event, and that is Saturday, May 30th. And that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverview Park. And that's $15 per carload. So I highly suggest that you find your biggest vehicle and pack in as many people as you can and bring them to that event. It was a success last year. And so we're hoping to make it bigger and better this year. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had Lake Station Dump Day a few weeks ago. I want to say thank you to the employees that stayed to work on a Saturday so that all of our residents could dump their items there rather than on the side of the road. You guys don't have to look at it. We were short on our laborers. So the more that we can get to the dump day, the better. Hard for them to do special pickups when they don't have, when people go for better opportunities, which we're grateful for them to do so. We always want our employees here to be able to get better jobs if possible. We always want to wish them the best. Saturday, they have a pancake breakfast at Great Lakes Cafe in Gary. It is from 7 AM to 11 AM, and all proceeds go to benefit Gary FOP Cops for Kids. So that's something that's awesome. We need to help out all the kids in all of our areas. We have, May 30th is the next day for Lake County Household Waste, Hazardous Waste. And it'll be in Gary. The address is 455 Massachusetts Street. I will have to get the times because there was changes made on the piece of paper we handed out on dump day. On dump day, I was given 5 kittens that were brand new born. Some person came up and donated, well, didn't donate. They were gonna try to get rid of them. I ended up taking 4 of them to the Miller Humane Society where they're alive and well. The runt had passed away on May 5th, so it wasn't a lady named Patricia from City Hall. It was Erica, 2 different names. It was me. Also on May 16th, there's a Joe's Bike Run. It'll be from 11 AM to 6 PM at the American Legion, 330. The reason why I share this information is it's for Riley Robb, and all of the money is going to go to her, and she's ill, and I wish them the best. So sharing that information. Also, Lake Station Community Schools has returning student registration open for the year of 2026, 2027. And congratulations to all our firefighters that just passed the class. Miss Walker was on my daughter's basketball team, so, and Mr. Llewellyn grew up with my daughter as well. I'm very happy to see you guys doing so well.
Want to say congratulations to all the firemen today. And I'm gonna keep this short. Thank you for coming out, and I'll pass it along.
Mine's even shorter. Thank you for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your night.
We're coming back to Councilman Long because Councilman Long's getting old and forgetful. Can I ask you all to rise for a moment of silence for Diane James? She's our, a fireman, Alan James' wife passed away. Bozo, we know him as, you may know him. His wife passed, and he's back on the fire department now. Chuck talked him out of coming out of retirement. He's our former chief. I served with Bozo on the fire department. Great family and great lady she was. Thank you for a moment of silence. Thank you.
It's always nice to see this chamber filled with people. Congratulations to all the new firemen and women. I know how hard it is to take that class, to pass that class. Take it very seriously, as I think Councilman Long had said earlier. And you're representative of the city now, and we couldn't be more prouder of all of you. I know you were trained in good hands. So thank you for that. I think tonight we saw democracy. I think we saw how democracy works. And I think we need more of that, and we're open to that. So with that being said, do I have a motion to close?
Mr. Chairman, I motion to adjourn.
I second that motion. I'm glad you said. I wasn't gonna stop.
I don't believe I forgot about Bolton. My wife, I just was there.